So this notion of gold as being the kind of foundation plate of national sovereignty was fundamental to the way the Western world saw itself.
Gold was a driving force in the Second World War. In late 1938, Austria welcomes Adolf Hitler as a conquering hero in the land of his birth. But the image of a powerful Führer cloaks a surprise weakness. Behind the scenes, the head of the German central bank has a bleak message for his leader. Hjalmar Schacht warns Hitler that Germany is bankrupt. Its gold is spent. Hitler fires him. But Hitler will soon go to war not only for territory, but for gold. In 1939, Hitler captures Austria and Czechoslovakia without firing a shot. A special Nazi unit seizes their gold. Next, the Germans invade Poland. Poland fights back. The Polish army and resistance are ordered to hold out long enough to get Poland's gold out of the country. 75 tons of gold, worth billions of dollars today, are launched on a perilous journey through Romania, Turkey, and Lebanon, traveling south and east before arriving in France. But the gold would not be safe for long. In June 1940, Germany invades Luxembourg, Holland, Belgium, and France. The 14th of June 1940, the Germans occupy Paris, which surrenders without a fight. The Nazi gold squad arrives here at the Bank of France, demanding the gold of France, all $3 billion worth. But historian Didier Brunel says they were met with a big surprise.
They demanded to go into the vault and saw that it was empty. Of course, they were furious.
French central bankers had planned for this moment for years. Ever since Hitler came to power, the French began hiding the gold in 51 separate caches around the country, always less than a day's drive from an escape port. Now France prepares to get the gold out of the country. In a secret operation from cities large and small, the gold is moved at night, dispatched to ports along its coast. The German army is not far behind. Historian Tristan Gaston Breton says everyone was trying to disguise a growing panic.
There was panic, and we had to use whatever was available. Warships, merchant ships, trawlers, fishing boats, anything we could find to evacuate as much gold as possible. It was a masterpiece of successful improvisation.
Today, these Atlantic harbors are home to sailboats, cruise ships, and ferries. In the desperate summer days of 1940, virtually the entire French Navy, including battleships and aircraft carriers, is mobilized to save the gold. Westward goes the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of the world. 83 million glittering ounces, more than the cargoes of all the ancient Spanish treasure ships combined. The gold of France and Poland, bound for safe haven in Canada and the United States. It's still unknown how many ships carrying gold and silver bullion were lost to German submarines during the two world wars. Those sunken bullion ships and many from bygone wars prove irresistible to companies like Odyssey Marine. No story about gold is complete without a treasure quest. It's all very modern. Odyssey is even listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange. The company operates out of a secret location in Tampa, Florida. President Mark Gordon says there is no shortage of wrecks.
The United Nations estimates there's 3 million shipwrecks on the ocean floor. The only way to transport wealth until the mid-20th century was on ships. So there are billions of dollars of gold and silver littering the sea floor.
Tom Detweiler was part of the deep ocean team that found the Titanic. Now he brings his skill to search for gold 3 miles deep.
The sinking of one of these ships could cause large companies literally to go out of business, countries to take a different course in their history, and literally change the world.
When we come back, gold and the ghost of Imperial Spain. Gold and silver have always had a special allure for mankind. Since the dawn of civilization, men have been willing to risk everything for these precious metals. Odyssey Marine's Tom Detweiler.
It was always something special, and one of the reasons is its permanence. It can lay in the bottom of the ocean for hundreds of years and come up and it's still shiny. It's still got all the detail in it. It's perfectly preserved.
In 2007, Odyssey Marine was mapping the ocean floor off the coast of Portugal when they got lucky. It was a giant spill of gold and silver coins resting on the ocean floor. Odyssey could not identify a shipwreck in the area, which deepened the mystery, but immediately they knew they had something big.
What we found really wasn't a shipwreck anymore. It was just the remnants of the cargo that had been aboard that ship. Lots of coins, because we found about 600,000 of them, and we know there's still many more down there.
We suddenly realized this was a very large vessel that had something very catastrophic happen to it.
They transported the find to Florida. The trove was estimated at $500 million. Odyssey registered their find in a U.S. court to await any competing claims. Enter the Spanish government. Spain argued that the treasure was from a Spanish vessel named Nuestra Señora de las Mercedes. It turns out England resumed the war with Spain by sinking the ship in 1804. Now Spain was launching a full-scale diplomatic campaign to get back gold it had plundered 200 years earlier. Peru also filed a claim, saying the treasure was stolen from the Incan people. It is estimated that upwards of 1 million Incans were killed in unequal battle against the Spanish military or worked to death in the gold mines of Peru. Their claim was dismissed. The court ruled Peru was only a Spanish colony at that time and had no claim on the treasure. Even the U.S. government got secretly involved. A WikiLeaks document reveals that to help a wealthy political donor recover a painting lost in Spain during the Second World War, the U.S. government made an offer.
If Spain would be kind enough to give this painting back to this family in the United States, that our State Department would help Spain recover the coins that Odyssey had recovered.
After spending $2.4 million recovering the silver and gold, another $2 million on legal fees, Odyssey was ordered by the court to hand the treasure over to Spain. Spinning a web of golden intrigue, once again gold's spell proves enduring. Gold taken by Spain 2 centuries earlier was returned to the plunderer. Searching for gold in the 21st century is an expensive operation, especially if you can't profit from what you recover. Undaunted by their earlier loss, Odyssey Marine plunges ahead on another wreck. It's a treasure ship 3 miles down, off the coast of Ireland, a wreck that meets the stringent criteria laid down by Odyssey's Mark Gordon.
A shipwreck has to be worth at least $50 million for us to go ahead and invest in the project, because it's very expensive.
After making a deal with Great Britain to split the proceeds, Odyssey is pulling up tons of precious metal from a merchant steamer called the Gersoppa. On the 17th of February 1941, the Gersoppa is carrying a cargo of silver bullion to fill a desperate coin shortage in wartime England. En route from India, she's attached to convoy SL-65. Running low on fuel, the ship slows down to 5 knots and leaves the safety of the convoy. She is hoping to make a run to Ireland's Galway Bay, 300 miles to the north. The Gersoppa is spotted by a German Focke-Wulf patrol plane. He radios her location to U-101. Commanded by